Yeah, I actually have a Garfield magnet from Wendy's from the movie in 2004. I've had this, I remember getting this at Wendy's, and I'd be like, yeah, I loved it. It sticks, it's metal. Well, it's a magnet, so it sticks. I don't know why, but yeah, I still have this beat thing. And it's in my collection, just here. Whatever. Garfield, Tale to Kitties, let's go. Yeah, I got Garfield, A Tale to Kitties on a PC game on that same Christmas. I guess I didn't get the movie. I don't really know, nor do I really care, because it sucked. That's all I gotta say about it. I don't know why I'm staring at it like it's some great piece of work, because it isn't. It's a piece of shit. A Tale of Two Cities is a classic novel written by Charles Dickens and released in 1859. It's a historical drama about basically two cities during an era known as the Reign of Terror, or the French Revolution, if you will. About a man who lived in London, who went to Paris and got trapped under the French Revolution times, and how eventually was able to escape and go back to London. What does this do with Garfield? Well, they took the name of the book. What if it says saying A Tale of Two Cities? We say A Tale of Two Kitties. Someone got a raise for that idea. Now, what else does this have to do with Garfield? Nothing. I just wanted to mention a really good book. Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties is basically a ripoff of The Prince and the Pauper, but it's named after a different book entirely. Yeah, they couldn't even figure out what they wanted to do. And I went to watch it because, I remember watching it as a kid, kind of. I think I only saw it twice, maybe, or some bullshit like that, because I honestly barely remember anything that actually happens in the actual movie itself. Same with the first Garfield movie. I was such a big Garfield fan, but yet I refused to basically watch it at all. I just continued to read the comic strip over and over again. And then I guess I realized at one point, Garfield's really not that great of a character. I have no idea why I like the characters so much. I don't know why. I even dressed up as Garfield. Yeah, I'm not joking. I actually dressed up as Garfield in 2007, which is the same year I got the Garfield gifts. Out in my mom zooming in other kids. Look, that's my brother right there in Pirate, and there's me as Garfield. One of the worst costumes of all time. It was just really weird. It had no sleeves, just a hood basically thing, and I just had pants and a red shirt. And the worst thing about it is that it was the itchiest costume in the world. I can still remember wearing this awful Garfield costume that was so itchy. I don't know why I like Garfield so much. I dressed up as Garfield. What the hell is my Garfield fascination about? I don't get it. When watching Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties, I was actually a little disappointed. The main reason being is that the movie is okay. Not like an entertaining okay, but kind of like an okay, like put in front of your dumb kids to watch. Not like an actual good movie put in front of your kids, but it's like something like to get them to shut the hell up kind of movie. Those type of movies. They're not like a Pixar style movie or a good DreamWorks movie. They're like the bottom of the barrel, like Alvin and the Chipmunks style. Oh, is that even a good thing to say? But no, this is generic kid, like Rio. How about that? Where it's like, oh, this is okay. It doesn't do anything bad for them. That's Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties. The first movie was awfully bad, and it's easy to make fun. The second movie, it sounds stupid, but other than that, it's competent. It's kind of bland, and I'm not showing a lot of footage right now because, other than the video game, because for some reason, the copyright owners of the Garfield movie, which is Disney now, likes to strike down the video and block it. So I had to edit it 8 times for even though the footage was like absolute garbage. So I don't like, whatever. Fuck YouTube. That's all I can say. And I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'll go over the plot. It's not gonna be as long as the last video because, well, I don't really want to talk about this movie that much. It's bland. Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties is about Garfield torturing a lineman inside of John's basement. Well, just kidding. That's actually not what the plot goes. Though apparently, when doing research about this character, the whole thing about him being in the basement was started by Jim Davis. He's the one who put him in the basement. Get him out of there. He's starving to death. Jeez Louise, John. Stealing a man's dog? What a jackass. The movie starts with a demon-looking Garfield killing fairy tale creatures for some reason. I have no idea why. Did Garfield end up in the Shrek universe, or is he in the part of the Into the Woods play? No, it's just random shit that makes no sense. This has nothing to do with fairy tales, so I have no idea why they have him there. Is it because it takes place in London and they think that fairy tales all come from London, even though they don't? I have no idea. This movie is about Garfield, if you couldn't tell, and he's voiced once again by Bill Murray because the contract was, a 2-film deal. So he's phoning in his lines pretty badly. Like, he does not want to be in this movie. You can just tell by the performance. Also, John, it turned out, is into bestiality because he wants to marry Garfield.
Is... Will you marry me? Nah? Marriage? Well...
So, John and Garfield get married, and that's the end of the movie. And yes, John grows some tits out because, you know, he wants to be the woman in the relationship. And yeah, that's the end of the movie. It's kind of a very weird way to end it, and a kind of short movie. I'm just kidding, this doesn't actually happen, but it would have been funny if it did. So what is this movie about? Well, some farm animals are like, we're gonna get killed because our, I guess our king, who's a cat, because the woman in charge who died left all her belongings to a fucking cat, who is voiced by Tim Curry, and that makes the character funny. It actually does. That's not sarcasm. The character is funny because he's voiced by Tim Curry. Unfortunately, that character, Prince, barely appears in the movie. But to deal with Garfield's fat ass. And Garfield's a big king, and like, you gotta save us, Garfield. And Garfield's like, make me lasagna, and you should learn how to dance, because that's what Garfield likes to do. And the one guy tries to kill him. We'll play more clips, but one, I have problems with the video file, and two, I know if I play more video clips, YouTube will copyright strike me. And that's the whole movie, really. There's nothing really entertaining about the movie at all. It's about as entertaining as this footage of gameplay here. So he's just practicing to propose on his girlfriend, Liz. Yeah, 'cause they dated in the comic strip. This movie doesn't really understand Garfield, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, John sucks in this movie. He's bland and boring, and his whole personality is, I want to get married, while entertaining. And Garfield's personality is I'm an asshole, and I hate everybody but myself, or some bullshit like that. He has an emotional arc for the movie. Just kidding, it's not emotional at all. Also, because this is a shitty Garfield movie, he has to dance, because Garfield is very well known to dance. And since we all know Garfield is known to dance, he saves the day by doing a dance battle. Let's go! Look at Garfield's funky moves! Look at that cat go! Man, I wish I could dance like Garfield. Man, look at that move. What do you call that? The spastic cat? Also, Garfield has to fight the evil British man by stomping on his model. Like, fuck your models, bitch. You ain't gonna build jack shit, you fucker. And yeah, that's Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties. It features classic scenes like Garfield humping a lion. And Odie peeing on the guard's shoe. Uh-oh! British guy decides that he's gonna threaten everybody with a crossbow in order to sign his papers over, because that damn cat isn't dead, because he tries to kill Garfield and the other cat who looks like Garfield named Prince, but isn't. He even tries to kill the British version of Pam. Wondering, the movie ends with a dance party ending with two Garfields, because that's all what we all wanted, right? Oh, this is fucking awful. I would have went through every little scene in the movie, but it's just generic kid fodder, animals talking, and Garfield just was an asshole, and yeah, there's not much to cover in this movie, to be honest. It's not as interesting as the first movie, and I would, but it's hard to get footage of it, for me at least. And the second thing is that I don't want to have to deal with editing it 8 times in a row. Garfield's first movie was entertaining enough to go for certain scenes, but this movie is generic kid fodder. You saw all the interesting shit in it. The guy tries to kill Garfield, whatever, who gives a shit. It's bland, it sucks. Let me know if you want me to cover anything else, or the new Garfield movie coming out, whatever. That's it, I'm done with Garfield. Fuck this orange cat, fucking pussy. He's an orange pussy, quite literally. See you next time. Oh, and go to my Patreon if you want to support the channel. Thanks, goodbye.